Hi, Margarita here, and today we're going to talk about 5 fragrances that I am just tardy to the party for.
I know you're gonna dig this. Oh yeah. This is a journey into sound. A journey which along the way will bring to you new color, new dimension, new value.
Number 1, Pure Honey by Kim Kardashian. I am typically not one who loves celebrity fragrances, but I have been pleasantly surprised with the product lineup that Kim Kardashian offers. I love her Gardenia fragrance and Kimoji Vibes and Baby Girl, all very nice. This one came out, I believe, in 2012. I had never heard of it before, and then I was in Macy's one day in the backstage part, the part where they have the closeouts and the clearance items, and this was there, and I was like, "Oh, a Kim K fragrance." How good could it be? Because it's a celebrity scent. Nothing against her or her products. Just typically celebrity scents tend to be of lower caliber, or they all smell the same. So I smelled this, and I was like, "Wow, this is a beast." Now, if you love a honey note, this smells just like if honey were just liquefied and poured all over your body. It is sexy. It is absolutely amazing. And it was only $10 at Macy's. I had to grab that instantly. So I definitely came up on a good deal with this one. The only thing I have to say negative about it is that it has zero longevity. It does a disappearing act. You put it on, and I swear 10, 15 minutes later, it's gone. It does not stick to the skin at all. So you will have to reapply. See this dent I put in this bottle already? Because you have to reapply it so often. But if you just love that scent or just want something to wear to bed, so I typically wear this to bed or use it as my easy reach because it does not last all day. But it is very comforting. It is very sweet. And if you can get a deal on a bottle, you may have to find one online. Probably less than $20 or $30. I got lucky. I haven't seen a bottle as low as $10, but I came up. Pure Honey by Kim Kardashian is an awesome one. Number 2, Princess Fleur de Oro by Kilian. Now, this line, My Kind of Love, came out a couple years ago, and I smelled a couple of them. And I even had the original Princess, and I liked it, but not enough to repurchase. I had bought one of the 10 mil purse sprays. This I actually got in a swap with one of the ladies in my Facebook fragrance group. I'm a member of Femme Fragheads on Facebook. Wonderful group of people. And it's not just for women. It just so happens to be majority women. Anybody's welcome to the group as long as you love fragrances and can abide by the rules of not being a scammer, because there are some scammers out there. Shame on you. But anywho, I got this in a swap. I had never smelled it before. And apparently it's something that people have really been looking for. It's sold out, discontinued, and only a couple bottles left online. So I was very lucky to get this. This is like, if you smell Love Don't Be Shy, now pour some ginger ale in it. And that's kind of what you get. It is really nice. I own Love Don't Be Shy, and I currently have it stored because I feel it's too sweet right now. It's a little bit too cloying. So I just store it, and maybe I'll come back to it and see if I can tolerate it a little bit. So this helps give me some of that toned down balance. What it was missing from the original Princess and what the original Love Don't Be Shy needs is right here in this one, the Fleur de Oro. This is an orange flower, as in the name, dominant fragrance. But again, it's got some type of gingery note. So it smells like ginger ale with orange flower in it. That's one of the best comparisons that I can make of this. But it is very, very pleasant to smell. And I didn't even know about this until I got it in a swap. And I was just like, wow, okay. Not even knowing that it was something that was on people's holy grail list or anything like that. So thank you to the person that I swapped with in the group for being so generous as to offer this as an option. She did tell me she had the whole collection because I think they have a rose gold one or something to that effect, and some other ones, other flankers of the Princess. But this one I feel like I definitely won with. And this is Princess Fleur de Oro by Kilian. Number 3, Cartier's Baiser Volé. Now, I probably mispronounced that horribly. I apologize. I am not a native French speaker. But this is what it looks like. And I received this sample 2 days ago when I went to Nordstrom on one of my sniffing missions. And I purchased something from La Perla, but the SA gave me this as a sample with my purchase. And I was really pleasantly surprised by how pleasing this was. This is a Lily of the Valley dominant scent. It's very nice and clean. Pleasantly surprised. This was released in 2011, if I recall correctly. And I had never smelled it, never really had much interest in the house of Cartier. But, since I got a sample, why not check it out? Typically, my experience with the house of Cartier is that the fragrances are a bit mature for my liking. But this one I can actually wear. A note from the brand, it's called A Pure Floral, a lily, reinventing the freshness of the leaves, the floral notes of the petals, and the powderiness of the flower's pistil. A stolen kiss for a moment of pure passion. Yeah. It smells like something you can wear in a close encounter if you're going on let's say like a date to the opera or someplace where you're going to kind of be still and act like you have some sense. This is not a club scent, but this is something more high class and more refined, kind of a ladies' lady kind of a scent, and wonderful for a bedtime scent. I enjoy this quite a bit, and I'm not a fan of florals that much, but this is actually one that I would wear. I don't like it enough to buy a full bottle, but I'm probably going to nurse the heck out of this sample. And this is Cartier by Cervolet. Number 4, Mojave Ghost by Byredo. Now, this was released in 2014, and I just smelled it for the first time 2 weeks ago. I've heard of the house of Byredo. Like the cool story, Byredo was by redolence or from memory. That's what the founder did. He creates scents based on memories of different places that he's visited around the world. And this pleasantly surprised me. It's a nice woody floral, really sweet. People often compare it to Chanel Chance, but I think this is much better executed, if you ask me. No one asked me, but I'm telling you. But this is just something, it's a sweet floral, and it's got magnolia in it, which is great because it's one of the few florals that doesn't smell, for lack of a better word, old lady. It's not a mature smelling floral typically. It's very professional. This is actually something I think that can be worn in the office, in the workplace. It won't offend anyone, especially if not heavily sprayed. But this is Mojave Ghost by Byredo. And last but not least, number 5, also from the house of Byredo, we have Baldy Freak. Now, this, in my opinion, is a safe blind buy. This was made in 2009, and my first time smelling this was maybe 6 months ago. I am super tardy for this party. But it's got a Amalfi lemon and tagettes and bergamot in the opening. So it's a nice, fresh, citrusy opening. There's a few other florals kind of playing in the mid. And I think there's a little bit of wood underneath that really gives it some type of grounding. I'll put the notes for all the fragrances that I talked about today, of course, when I describe them in the video so that you can see what's in each one. But this one is very inoffensive in my opinion. If you have a job or go to a place frequently where fragrances are frowned upon, this is very inoffensive. I consider this to be the little sister of Wood Sage and Sea Salt by Jo Malone. I actually have both, and I've stored the Jo Malone one now that it's getting cooler out because I prefer the sweeter composition of this one for the cold weather. But they're very similar. You may not need both unless you just really like something that's got a little bit of woody saltiness to it. But this one sweetens up the salt and makes it more palatable for people who may have issues with salty scents just going straight sour on their skin. And this is Baldy Freak by Byredo. Well, this concludes today's edition of the 5 scents that I was tardy to the party for. Feel free to let me know in the comments fragrances that you just found out about that were amazing, that have been out forever. I'd love to chat it up with you about that. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. We talk about fitness, fashion, fragrance, femininity, falsetto, aka music, food, fun, and lots of wonderful F words, because all F words are not bad. But until next time, I'm Margarita, and you have an awesome day. Bye.
This is a journey into sound.